In this video, I'll guide you through how to back up and restore DNS records in Cloudflare. Keeping a safe copy of your DNS settings is one of those things you don't think about until something breaks, so it's worth taking a minute to set this up properly. Let's start from the Cloudflare dashboard. After you log in and select the website you want to work with, you'll land on that site's overview page. From here, we want to move into the DNS section because that's where all of your records live. On the left-hand sidebar, look for the DNS option. Click DNS, then choose Records. This is the main page where Cloudflare lists everything related to your domain's DNS. A records, CNAMEs, MX records for email, TXT records for verification, and so on. Think of this as the control panel for how your domain connects to different services. Once you're on the DNS records page, take a moment to scan through the list and make sure you're looking at the correct zone or domain, especially if your account manages more than one site. It's always a good idea to confirm you're backing up the right configuration before you export anything. Now we're going to look for the option to export your records. Depending on your current Cloudflare layout or any recent interface updates, this might appear slightly differently, but it's usually easy to spot. Somewhere around the DNS records list, often near the top or bottom, you'll find a section labeled Advanced or something similar that mentions Import and Export. If you see a button or link labeled Advanced, click it to expand more options. Inside that expanded area, you should see an export option, typically called something like Export or Export DNS Records. This is the feature that lets you download a complete copy of your current DNS setup. Go ahead and click Export. Cloudflare will generate a file containing all of your existing DNS records. In most cases, this file is downloaded directly to your computer, usually into your default downloads folder. It's typically a text-based file, which makes it easy to store, read, and even version control if you're managing multiple environments. Once the file is downloaded, it's a good practice to rename it with something descriptive like the domain name and the date so you know exactly when the backup was taken. For example, you might call it something like domain DNS backup with today's date appended. Store it somewhere safe, ideally in a secure backup location or a version-controlled folder, not just on your desktop. This exported file is your backup. If you ever need to restore your DNS records later, you would come back to the same DNS records page in Cloudflare and look in that same advanced or import-export area. From there, you'd use the import option and upload the backup file you just downloaded. Cloudflare would then read that file and recreate the records according to what you had saved. By exporting your DNS records regularly, especially before making major changes, you give yourself a quick recovery option if anything goes wrong, and that's all there is to it. Go to DNS, open the records section, locate the advanced or import-export area, and click Export to create a reliable backup of your Cloudflare DNS configuration.